Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is pronounced Sharena. If you're new here, click that subscribe button and become one of my YouTube friends. If you're already one of my YouTube friends, hey friend, hey. Let's talk about spring 2024 trends, or at least what was planned to be spring 2024 trends. But Cowboy Carter pulled up and things changed quickly. Let's talk about it.
I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it.
Okay, so if you are not familiar, you don't know, not sure, maybe you live under a rock, I don't know, but every year our fashion trends are planned. We have spring, summer, and then fall, winter, and that's how the fashion shows are set up. Later in the year, the fall fashion shows are geared to show you what will debut for spring and summer. Fashion shows that are scheduled in February, like New York Fashion Week, typically show you fall, winter of later that year. I do believe the cycle is 6 months, so fashion is always 6 months ahead. So you'll see the fashion shows, and then you'll start to see like what trickles down to retail like a few months later. September, you'll see spring summer fashion show, and then you'll see in retail, it'll trickle down into retail about January, February, so that we already have those things for those that are going on vacation, or if you live down south and it gets warmer earlier, you have those clothes already in retail for you to shop and buy the newest things. February fashion shows will show you fall, winter, so you'll see that in February, but then you'll see it trickle down into retail about, I think it's about August. You'll see those clothes hit retail, so that once fall hits, like for us up here in Michigan, fall starts to come about September. So we already have those clothes in retail for us to go and buy those items. So because fashion is kind of ahead of things, that's typically how you know like what trends are coming, what's gonna hit retail, basically off of what is already on the runway. However, every now and then something kind of happens and it shakes up the fashion world, where even though things were planned one way, something else is gonna be there, kind of like an outlier of a trend that was not necessarily planned beforehand. This particular year, as well as last year, Beyonce kind of disrupted everybody's plans. So let's start with last year. Last year, when she did the Renaissance tour, she asked for everyone to wear silver. Silver, I do believe, was already kind of like in fashion the previous fall, winter, but I don't think it was scheduled to go like throughout summer, fall, winter of last year. I do believe it was just supposed to stay around for a moment and disappear, but Beyonce did the Renaissance tour, which started I think sometime in 2023, like earlier 2023, but it went all the way into like fall. She toured for months at a time, and she was asking everyone to wear silver. So what did this do? This made the fashion not really I guess the fashion industry extend silver, but then it also made silver stay in retail much longer, because that's what the consumers want. Consumer will drive the trends also. So even though trends are set, if the consumers want a specific thing and they're buying a specific thing, it's going to force the brands to make what it is that we want. Mainly silver was in demand and high demand, so therefore everybody had to sell silver. And I mean everybody. Silver was everywhere, and because of Beyonce's influence, silver is still around, even though I don't know if everyone's truly asking for it anymore. You can definitely find silver still out in pretty much every category. If you're even interested, you can still get it. Another example would be what I have on, Barbie. The Barbie movie came out and the world kind of turned pink. So we had silver options, we had pink options, and I just don't remember per se right now if any of that was technically forecasted in our trends at that time. However, when you have influencers with huge platforms and influence, they can shake some things up. So between Beyonce, Renaissance Act One, and her silver request, and Barbie, Mattel, and its pink, things kind of changed a little bit last year. So this year, spring 2024 trends. Let's just talk about and go over what, not everything, but like a few of probably like the big things that you'll see the most in the stores when it comes to spring trends. So one thing you'll definitely see is high fashion fringe. Now, this does pair hand in hand with Cowboy Carter, but we'll get to Cowboy Carter in a minute. Originally, what was already forecasted was high fringe, fringe added to your skirt, on your purses, on your jackets, which is still giving Western. I mean, there's no other way to kind of look at that. It's still going to give a Western feel. But that was technically already forecasted. Now, every year we have like or should I say every season trend, we typically have like a big color of the year or of the season. For this season, it's going to be rich burgundy, which I thought was kind of interesting because it's spring, summer. I feel like burgundy is more fall, so to see it in spring, summer is actually pretty interesting to me. Deep burgundy is forecasted for spring, summer. I would actually like to see that in bathing suits. I don't know why, but I guess because you would typically see that in the fall, so to see it in like the most spring summery way in a bathing suit, I'm pretty interested. Now, I got my trends from Glamour, and what they call the next category is called girl core. Very, very girly. Think Carrie Bradshaw, girly. Frilly skirt, the spaghetti straps, even the ones that like you tie in a bow, like very over the top girly. I guess that's why it's called girl core. Kind of like hardcore, but girl core, like hardcore girly. Next is athletic press. This one is kind of a mix between Ralph Lauren and Adidas. It's kind of like a mix of both. Like we're on a road team, but we're also a track star. It's kind of a little bit of both, and it has something for people that are on both spectrums. Like if you like that athletic prep, that's gonna be there. You know, like the collared shirt, the blazers, um, even like the tennis skirts are definitely back. You'll definitely have that, but then if you more like the Adidas track style, the what is it, those track pants with the lines that even go down the side. I wore those out in middle school. I'm waiting to see the ones that have like the buttons so you can like the ripaways. Like I haven't seen those yet. So excited. I tell my son as soon as I see them, I'm getting them, and he doesn't understand the excitement. So the track star, like with the lines down the side, or even the windbreakers, like the when you move, those are definitely back. So both sides of the athletic spectrum is back in style. The next two are really in accessories, like accessories trend, but I'm gonna go ahead and roll them together. The statement belts, not really sure why those are back. Not sure. Also, the kitten heels. Whose grandmama had a problem that her and her homegirls weren't included in fashion trends? I'm not really sure. I do believe I saw on TikTok that Steve Madden dropped like 46 kitten heels. why? Like why? When I was coming up, Kamora Lee Simmons was that girl, still is that girl, but she was basically teaching us, and she was like, anything below 4 inches is not a heel. And baby, I don't even know what kitten heels are. Apparently they hurt. I've been hearing a lot of the girls say they hurt. So why y'all buying them? Anyway, I don't know. But the big statement belts in the kitten heels, child, they back. Now, next one is something I love, something y'all see me in probably like every couple of videos, every few videos, I don't know. Animal print. If you've ever watched any of my previous hauls or any of like lookbooks or dresses, you're gonna see cheetah print. I love me some cheetah print. So animal prints are back. Spring, summer, they are the trend of the season. And can you tell I'm excited? I'm so excited. I love animal prints, and if you love animal prints, that I like, this is your season to collect your things. Oh, to go back to the color, rich burgundy is one, but sky blue is also another color. And I I don't know how I feel about that, because sky blue is so perfect for spring summer. Rich burgundy is not something that we typically see, but to be able to see rich burgundy and sky blue, in the stores frolicking and playing together, I just think that's so interesting. It's definitely two sides of the spectrum. Color wise, you have like sky blue is a light, airy, more of a color you would see during the season. And rich burgundy is not something that we typically see, but to be able to see rich burgundy and sky blue, in the stores frolicking and playing together, I just think that's so interesting. It's definitely two sides of the spectrum. Color wise, you have like sky blue is a light, airy, more of a color you would see during the season, and then rich burgundy is definitely a deeper color. So I don't know what their thoughts was with that. But I kind of like it. So I was trying to like run through those pretty quickly and put pictures up so that you could see that um, spring summer trends are pretty much set. And to be honest, it seems as though the only thing that, like, in my research that I found that correlates with any type of Western style would be the high fashion like fringe. Other than that, everything else kind of fits more into spring summer stuff that you would see during that warmer season. And that was until Cowboy Carter decided to pull up. So since Cowboy Carter is officially here, pulled up, and I feel as though like when she kind of announced with Super Bowl and her style kind of changed from February to March, you definitely saw like a quick shift in fashion. Like with the fashion trend. And now, because of Cowboy Carter, and we knew that Beyonce was coming with like a country sound, more of a Western fashion look. That's what she's been wearing when she goes to award shows and she's on red carpet or pictures for magazines. Like, she's definitely giving Western cowboy, very Texas, baby, very Texas. Is all you pretty much see. So because of that, I noticed, I don't know if anybody else noticed, but I noticed there was a quick shift when it came to fashion. It came to the retail stores. Like, everybody shifted real fast. Like, oh, that's what we're doing. Okay, cool. I remember being in Forever 21, I think the end of February, and they had like silver cowboy boots. And I was like, okay, well, maybe this is because of Renaissance. But then they had like some other like Western type stuff too. So I was like, oh, okay. So then after being on, online shopping, you start to notice like the cowboy hats and the cowboy boots and the Western style and denim and fringe. And it's like, huh? And this is all because everybody knew that she was shifting when she goes on tour. There's kind of been like some rumors swirling around Twitter that a tour is coming. So, in the event that she actually does go on tour, let's say next year, I'm sure everyone's going to make sure they already have their stuff out. But then, I mean, people are incorporating this in like their festivals and in their parties. So, the demand is going to already be there before she even does a tour, whenever she does a tour. And I think everybody's thinking the same thing, that it'll probably be next year. Now, luckily, I wasn't the only one to notice there was a difference. So, shout out to um, Data, but Make It Fashion. She is on TikTok, and I ran into her page. Absolutely love her page. And she gave us stats, and I was like, oh, this is perfect, because I knew I was not the only person that noticed there was a shift in fashion. But she has the data broken down into numbers. So this is what she said. She said that there has been an increase in demand for cowboy boots. The increases went up by 27%. Levi jeans, or let's just say Levi's, 54% increase. Cowboy hats, 85% increase. And denim on denim had a 14% increase. Well, there you have it. I honestly think that a lot of this is kind of like flowing from last year onto this year. However, with knowing that the album was coming out and her style changed, I definitely think that there has been a huge influence by Cowboy Carter, and it's not going anywhere. I'm pretty excited about what we will have in stores, how many cute things we'll have. Not saying the cowboy boots and cowboy hats haven't been there, but they are definitely at an increase, and they're definitely in stores that they were not ever in before. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the spring trends of 2024, but Cowboy Carter. So we have our spring trends, but then also we have a lot of Western influence as well. So y'all get ready for summer. I think it's going to be very fun. Lots of fringe, lots of bling, lots of cowboy hats. But before I end this video, let me know what y'all think about Cowboy Carter's influence below. Are you here for it? You like the Western influence? You excited about it? You're not excited about it? Let's talk in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, give it a thumbs up, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.